Some only on Sunday. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away. We have started the Karkloof 100 2020. And there we go, in a nice relaxed fashion. We normally have a couple of racing snakes pushing hard, but they're only all out there tomorrow. Just a dedicated group.
So on the weekend of the 25th to the 27th of September, I managed to pick myself up one of these. This is a 100-mile buckle for those who complete a 100-mile trail run. And I did that at the KARKLOOF 100, which is a fantastic race that runs through forest and farmland on single track and dirt road. One of the key reasons why I wanted to do that was because of the launch of the middle book and the insights that are in this book. They're based on Around the World Cycle Tour, and whilst I've done a lot of challenges and adventures since then, I guess I've been looking for something that's going to test me in a way that I haven't been tested for a while, stretch me out of a comfort zone, and really just test my limits. And this was the perfect opportunity to both use the insights to prepare for the run, as well as to test the insights during the run. So in preparing for the Karkloof 100, I went back to the insights and began to map out how they would apply to the run itself. And the first port of call were the day 5 factors. And of course, those of us that have done the middle journey know that every start is followed by a day 5. And in the midst of a day 5, we need to keep going. Day 5 factors are the factors which stand in our way, which get in between us and the finish. And for me, it was going to be about two things. One, the environmental circumstances, the weather. The weather report said that on Friday, it was going to be up to 34 degrees, hot, very windy and humid. On Saturday, which I would need to complete the run during, was going to be 10 degrees and very, very cold and rainy. So these were two opposites, and that was going to make life quite interesting. And then the second day 5 factor was really just my physicality, the strength in my legs. Would I have enough in my legs to make it? And then of course things like being able to hold down food and just the physical fitness levels that were required to finish a run such as this. So I needed day 6 to be clear, and day 6 says who we are will get us there, and we need to refuel from our story in developing our endurance and developing our grit and ensuring that we've got what it takes to finish. And it really came down to a few things here. Number one, I wanted to stretch myself. I wanted to discover what was inside of me. 2, I wanted to apply and test the middle insights, and so that was a really core purpose for me. And my vision was really to reach the finish line in a way that ensured that I'd run a good race, that I had run it as best as I could, but that didn't leave me damaged and injured for the long term. And then of course from a values point of view, it really spoke strongly into adventure, being out there, meeting new people and running in a part of the world that I'd never been before. And then day 315, what you focus on expands, protect your perspective. I knew that I was going to have a lot of time to think, and I was going to be out there on my own for a big portion of the run. And so I had an Audible book with me, or a selection of books. I had some music. And then I think because I was looking at testing and applying these insights, that was going to help me with my perspective as well. I was also exploring. I'd be thinking. I'd be exploring endurance. I'd be exploring resilience. I'd be exploring grit and learning new things along the way. And so that was going to take up a large part of my focus. The dark holes and the need to keep my perspective in the right place would be left to the moments when they pitched up. Day 36 and day 97 were critical parts of this. Day 36 says that mini milestones all add up. Think big, plan small. Day 97 talks about the fact that sometimes plans need to change and we have to embrace the detour. And for me, the format of the Karkloof 100 was perfect to set myself up for a great entry into the 100-mile world. We had a base camp. From that base camp, we needed to run 4 25-mile loops. Those loops were in a figure of 8, which meant that you were passing through base camp every 12 to 13 miles. I put 4 running plans together. Plan A was to complete the run in under 24 hours. Plan B was under 27, C was under 30, and then plan D was to literally crawl over the finish line before the 36-hour cutoff. I was able to measure whether or not I was running those plans based on my average pace per loop, as well as what time I was coming into base camp. My crew knew the average pace that I was aiming for and the estimated time of arrivals, and so we were able to adjust according to the pace that I was running and the time that I was actually completing those loops. Part of the plan was also about my nutrition. I entered into a keto diet prior to the run. I used products from Keto Nutrition. I sought advice from relative people that use keto, and that was going to be my nutrition plan. So with all that in place, I had the plan in place and I had the adjustments ready to go on both the nutrition side, could add or remove things, and the running side, I could move between my 4 plans. And then day 187, the middle is best done with others. Find your tribe. There were people that I had invited into my tribe. So my wife Tony and my neighbor Justin Olsen, they were part of my crew. They knew the 4 plans. They knew my estimated times of arrival. They knew exactly what I needed in my packs. They knew what I was looking to eat at the aid stations. Joining them, Justin's wife Sherry and Matthew and Andrea Warrener, as well as my beautiful girls, we were all together for that weekend, and they were very much a part of encouraging me and keeping me going. And then prior to the run, speaking to people like Sean Reed from Trail Shed, who's done this before, to get advice, as well as the likes of Tom Basson and the guys from Keto Nutrition who helped me with my keto advice. And then there was going to be the unexpected people that would join my tribe, and those were going to be runners and people that I met on the way. And then day 292, barriers sometimes win, embrace and learn from failure. Whilst I really looked forward to completing the run, I knew that whatever happened, it was going to be an incredible learning experience. And I made sure that going into it, I wasn't attached to having to pull out, and leveraging the insights that I was able to take from however much distance I could do, and then apply those into tackling 100 miles in the future. And then the last one, day 253, the middle is tough, be real and share your struggles. It's really just about making sure that throughout it all, I'm talking to people, I'm letting them know where I'm at, and I'm keeping them informed. So with all that being said, I pitched up at the start line, I took my GoPro with me, and periodically I checked in with myself to see how the experience was going. And so here are those clips. I'm 15 kilometers into the Karkloof 100. So far I'm in that beginning stage of the journey, really enjoying myself, feeling good, kind of everything's going according to plan. This morning was fantastic arriving at the venue, atmosphere was festive, meet some other runners, it's dark, there's a countdown, and obviously now I'm exploring. I'm on the first sort of loop, haven't run it before. So I'm in that typical early phase of the journey, enjoyment and just anticipation for what's to come. 145 kilometers to go. Let's see what happens. So I'm 30 k's in, and the only kind of slight day 5 factor that I'm feeling right now is just a little bit of interesting feelings in the legs. That's to be expected. Otherwise, I still am really enjoying myself. I've been alone for the last 10-15 k's, just been able to shift perspective on a few things. I'm really enjoying the scenery, great loops, great running. Nutrition plan is working nicely, and I'm still kind of sitting on plan A at about 7:30 minutes a k average at the moment, and my heart rate's also sitting nicely. So all in all, a good 30 k's, 130 to go.
There is a heavenly city that I'm compelled to find. Though I love the flowers and trees and the smell of the grinding sea and all the beautiful things here in life.
All right, we got another runner leaving, exiting the bubble on his second loop, stepping into the world of an ultra run, stepping into, I don't think the unknown, because he looks very fit and strong and he's in good shape, but there we go.
Smash it, Trav. Well done, bro.
Take it easy out there.
Well done.
Keep your eye on the road and the trail, and we'll see you in about 2.5 hours time. We'll be here.
kilometers. So this is now officially my longest distance, same as 2 Oceans. But I'm in the zone, like I'm in this 35k now way. There's a lot I'd rather be doing right now. Flipping hitting the headwind again. Yes, so there's just the idea of being back at the chalet with a nice ice cold beer. You start getting those thoughts of maybe I should just do 50 miles. This is the zone. This is where we bail on our dreams. This is where we bail on what we have set out to do. This is when we pull the plug and look for an alternative, or take the easy road out, the path of least resistance. But the last 4 or 5 Ks I've been cramping up. I've just been feeling a little bit iffy. My stomach's been a bit sore. Just slow down, keep going, let things normalize, change things up a little bit, put something into your body, just keep moving, you know. Now I'm feeling a bit better, so I don't know, it's good to be back here. Push through this again. I am 73 k's in. I've been having to dig really deep as I left base station at 60 k's. Just a combination of things, the heat and the distance I guess just got to me, and I wasn't taking food in. I was battling to just hold anything down. Went to the bathroom, just doused everything with water, and for 5 k's I was literally right down at like 13-14 minutes a k. Found a dam, jumped in with another guy, had a swim. It's getting cooler now, and I pulled myself towards myself and I'm running again. I need to get to base camp and out of base camp by 5 p.m. and it's now 15:30 and I have around 8 or so k's to go, so I think I'm going to make it, which means that I still sit in plan B, which is great. So checking that. What is rejecting these things?
You want us? A good temperature now.
You want us in here?
Yeah?
You want a bag of us?
Oh yeah, you can.
Sure.
Okay, we're at 86.53, so this is Steve. Steve and I just made the cutoff. We got in by the skin of our teeth just before 5, quick turnaround, and so we are now on the Milk Trail. It's the 19-kilometer loop, which means that when we get in we would have done 100 kilometers, and that means tomorrow it's only 60 k's left, so I'm still on plan B, which is great. And yeah, I look forward to not having 2 loops to do tomorrow. How are you feeling, Steve?
Yeah, legs are sore, but I think the energy's there. But yeah, it's been hot. It's been hot.
Yeah, it's been a
Hot.
hot, hard day.
No, good.
All right. And we got a couple of runners coming in here, fresh off the Milk Trail. Give them a big round of applause, and we need to scan you in. I'm going to try the scanning machine here.
Yes.
Woo!
The guy Sean's getting going. 100 miler. Day 2 for me.
100k master, 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away. Karkloof 100 2020 fully on now. Imagine the front of the field gonna suss each other out for some time at around 6 minutes a k. Seeing who's got what in what legs.
$128 k's in, last loop, which means everything that I'm doing, it's the last time that I'm going to do it like this hill. Last time. Mm. 134 k's in, and I'm just savoring this forest. It's the last time I'm going to do it, but it's really beautiful in here. It's just And Eric Gobani leading the 50 miler.
Okay, cool. How far are you?
Nice, Eric.
How far you got, man?
Yeah, it's not that much.
Insane how fast these guys can go, eh? So he's actually just properly lapped me. 143 kilometers and I can see the base camp. There's nothing better than seeing the flags, knowing the crew is there, knowing my tribe is there. Like I stretch, get some food into me, and then one more loop, one more half loop, 21 k's, and the 100 miler is done. I'm feeling really good. I'm really enjoying this. It's been an incredible experience. Let's finish this milk loop.
It's a 160.
160, bro.
Lekker.
That's 100 miles. All done.
Feels like it, yeah. Cheers, dude.
We still got 5 k's left though. Come on to the finish! Run to the finish!
I'll walk with you for a while.
Nice work, man!
Nobody's ever quite ready, but they all take the ride. Many have died with a promise inside. They never got to see it in their time. I'm a pilgrim here on the side of the great divide.
So tell our audience why we should run 100 miles, bro.
It's too easy, man. I don't know what these oaks are whining about. Running home here, roughly 4 minutes a K. These oaks are whiners, these oaks you complain about. 100 miles.
So you're feeling strong, eh?
No.